All right, let's keep talking about forms in Bot Composer. So again, I already have a flow here, so I'm not gonna build this from scratch. But what I'm gonna do now is to have a different form than the one that I had in the last video. Let me just start the bot and I'll show you. So the idea of this is to have a name, a category, price, and description. So if we fill out this form, I want then to trigger a post request, basically an API, right? So this is going to be sent to a SQL server database that I have here. So it'll be something like this. So if you notice here, we have 11 products. Let me just run this again and you'll see that there's only 11 products. So what the bot's gonna do now, it's gonna send a new post request that's going to generate the new ID, the number 12. And we're just gonna add a name and a category, price, and some product description for that. So we can see that the bot is working. All right, let's just go back to the bot and let's just go over this real quick. So I'm just gonna close the bot and I'm gonna come here and basically have a message here, welcome to our store, or these other two messages. I have an adaptive card here under this option, ask a question, and then text. So notice that this is the same as here. All right, let me just delete that. And I'm gonna include my code for the adaptive card here. So you can see that the code is here. Oops, sorry. Cannot. Okay, this is basically the code that I got from the website and I modify something so it looks more like our form. So it's something similar to this form, but I added other two fields basically. All right. And then after that, I'm just going to, this is the tricky part basically. So I'm going to assign a variable. So I'm going to call this user dot name. And then this is going to be equal to my turn activity value name. So this name is going to be the ID from that specific form only for that name box. So I'm going to have the category box, the price, and the description. So all of them are going to have IDs. So I'm going to show you the IDs. So the property here, again, user that category, the ID is going to be category. For price, the ID is price. And for description, the ID is description. So let's just go to the bot responses, show code, and I'm just gonna scroll down to see the code for the adaptive card. And you can see that this input text, those are actually the boxes. And I'm gonna have these IDs here. So category, or the first one here, ID, name, category, price, and description. So we have all of those IDs that we're going to capture, and then we're going to embed that to be sent in a post request, basically an API. So let's just go back to the bot and let's see how we do that. Okay, so we store the values. We already have this. Set properties. So if you wanna have some options here for properties, you come here to manage properties. You have set a property or set properties if you have multiple, right? You can delete all of those properties after the request. I mean, you have different options here. So we're gonna use set properties for now. Okay, now that we have all those values, we can do something with that. So I'm just gonna have a message here because I'm not having this anymore. I'm just gonna have a your request has been posted, for instance. So it's just gonna be a message to display to the user after they post the data from the form. And the last step, which is the most important step, you're going to add external resources and you're going to send an HTTP request. So that's the option that I have here. So because this is a form and I want to post something, right? I'm not getting something, I'm posting something to the server. I'm just going to use this post. So this is the HTTP method that I need. For this scenario, I'm using a local API, just a very, very simple example. I'll show you that. So this is going to be my endpoint. It's going to trigger that post request. And this is the tricky part. So I'm going to send this body as an object. So you have multiple options here. Again, I'm going to send this as an object because I want to send a name, category. Okay, let me just go back. Oops. Okay, object. Okay, I deleted that, but I think I have it here in Postman. So I'm just gonna copy and paste this, right? Because the whole object is name, category, price, and description, which I have here, right? Name, category, price, and description. And what I'm gonna do is to send that in the body of the request. So you'll see that you have the product name, category, price, and description, which are actually the model properties from my application. So I have a .NET application here. And if I go to my model class, I'm going to have this name, category, price, and description. So I can map those properties, right? And I have my API here. So it's just a very simple API just to post that and save the changes. So the idea is that we're going to see whatever we post here as a new record. Okay, let's go back here. And this is the important part. So here, I'm going to add this syntax. I'm going to say user dot name because that's the variable that I have here. And then I'm gonna do user.category, user.price, but I have to embed that with the same syntax. So let's do this, copy and paste, and we're almost there. So for category, I have category, right? And my other property here is price. The other one is description. Okay, so whatever I set in my form, it's gonna get captured and then it's gonna be sent as an API having these values in the body. Okay, let me just confirm that everything is here. Okay, I think this is gonna work. So for the headers, just make sure that you have this dialog that result. You're gonna have this content type as an JSON. Usually that's how it works. And here I'm gonna have JSON as well. Okay, let's restart the bot and let's see if we're actually able to send values using bot composer. Okay, let me just open this and restart a conversation. And we're gonna create something that we don't have. So let's do a notebook. I don't know, XR4. I don't know. That's the reference for that new notebook. Category is going to be school. Price is gonna be $4. Description is going to be 100 sheets notebook, and it comes in blue and black. Okay, that's the description. All right, so I'm gonna open SQL Server and I'm gonna show you that I don't have these values. Okay, so if I run this again, I only have these 11 records and I don't have this bag here. Sorry, this notebook. I only have another notebook here, which is only a notebook, $12, and that's it. So notice that ours is $4, all right? And it's a different notebook. Okay, I'm going to submit this and you can see that it's hitting the breakpoint. So it's actually hitting the API. It's supposed to show me this message that we set up, right? That your request has been posted. And let's see if it actually posted something. Okay, let's just go to SQL Server. We're going to run this again. Scroll down and you can see the bot composer is sending a real post request. So you can work with bot composer to send data from forms that way. And you can see that it's actually working. I mean, it'll work with get request as well. And if you notice here, you can have patch, put, delete. But the main idea of this video was to show you the way that you can embed this. The only trick here is to know that you have to get those values using the IDs. So category, price, description, and name. Those are the IDs from that form. After you catch those, then you can do whatever you want. You can just display a message with those values. You can send those values to a database the way that we did it. You can do get request, put, some similar processes. Okay, so that was pretty much everything I wanted to show you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video.